Good morning, this Wednesday, the 12th of January. I'm Sofia Mavridis, a market analyst with Bell Direct. Before we look to the day ahead, let's take a quick look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday, Australian shares fell for the second straight trading session. The benchmark index was dragged down mostly by the major banks, real estate and consumer staples, and the ASX 200 closed 0.76% lower. Meanwhile, materials managed to close slightly higher. Looking at the stocks leaderboard, the one that stands out is PolyNovo, PNV. The company makes synthetic skin for surgical applications, and its share price gained an impressive 25.2% yesterday to $1.79. They reported unaudited record US sales in December of $3.4 billion, which is a 76% increase on the same time the year prior. The worst performer yesterday was ARB Corporation, ARB, down more than 12% after reaching a 52-week high last week. This was after Credit Suisse downgraded its share price guidance on ARB from neutral to underperform with a $38 price target. So that's 20% less than its share price at the time. Meanwhile, JP Morgan upgraded ARB to underweight yesterday with a $35 price target, and ARB closed yesterday at $46.32. And some of the most traded stocks by Bell Direct clients yesterday included Coles, COL, which has continued to fall this year, Fortescue Metals, FMG, Afterpay, APT, which yesterday closed 1.7% higher, finally seeing some gains. Its share price has tumbled in recent months since announcing its takeover by Block. US equities rebounded overnight. All three major benchmarks closed higher. The S&P 500 up 0.9% and the Dow up 0.5%. The Nasdaq rallied for a second day, gaining 1.4%. Rising interest rates have put pressure on equities. However, interest rates cooled yesterday with the 10-year Treasury yield falling below 1.75%. As for what to watch today locally, investors will be trading cautiously ahead of inflation updates in the US today and tomorrow, awaiting an indication of US interest rate hikes. The US core CPI is set to be released today, expected to have risen by 5.4% in December, which is its highest in decades and up from 4.9% in the previous month. However, following the positive session in New York, the SPY futures are suggesting the ASX 200 will open 0.86% higher. Looking at commodities, oil is trading over 3% higher at $81 a barrel, the highest since the beginning of November, boosted by short supply and a weaker dollar, as well as expectations that the impacts of Omicron on the economy will be short-term. Gold is also trading higher above $1,800 an ounce as investors await the US inflation reading, and the seaborne iron ore price is trading 1.4% lower at $124 a ton. In economic news, retail sales data was released yesterday for Australia, which increased by 7.3% in November from 4.9% the month prior. This exceeded markets' consensus by 3.9% and was the largest lift in 18 months. Balance of trade data was also released. Australia's trade surplus fell from $10.78 billion to $9.43 billion in November 2021. It was the smallest trade surplus since April, with a softening of global demand due to the COVID pandemic. As for some trading ideas for your consideration, Bell Potter maintained their buy rating on BCI Minerals, BCI, and have lowered their price target from 71 cents to 66 cents. The iron ore miner has completed a capital raising of up to $360 million. That represents the last piece of its $1.2 billion funding package for its Marty Salt and Potash project. BCI closed yesterday at 42 cents, implying 52% share price growth in a year. And Trading Central has identified a bullish signal in Centuris Metals CTM, which indicates that the stock price may rise from the close of $1.27 to the range of $1.32 to $1.36 within 65 days. And that's all for this morning. I'm Sophia Mavridis with Bell Direct. Have a great day and happy trading.